This is Aaron East of MMA UK, and I'm joined this evening by Furqan Cheema of AVT Leeds. Furqan makes his long-awaited Cage Warriors debut on November 23rd when Cage Warriors makes a highly anticipated return to Newcastle. I appreciate you taking the time out of your evening to speak with me again, brother.
Yeah, it's good to catch up with you again. It's been a while.
Yeah, definitely been a while, man. I mean, it's right before your return to One Championship, I believe we spoke quite some time.
Yeah, it was. I think it was just over a year ago when I competed on One Championship. But yeah, it's been a while. I think it was towards last year, probably February, I think it was, if I remember.
Quite some time. I got a little greyer and a little bit uglier since then, me.
Same, exactly the same here. And I've gone fatter as well.
You're not the only one, man. And congratulations on receiving the date for your debut, man. I mean, I bet you was elated when you got that call.
Yeah, definitely. I was actually due to compete around, I think it was around June, July. We actually fixed an opponent
Yeah.
and I was due to compete then. And again, it was the Newcastle show. I think it was June or July. I can't remember the exact month, but it was a Newcastle show. But unfortunately, I got injured literally as soon as I signed the contract. A week after or so,
Mm.
I got injured and I was out for 13 weeks. So
Okay.
unfortunately, I couldn't do that, and just went through like physio and got myself back together again. So now injury free, fingers crossed, and yeah, fingers crossed, ready to go again.
Yeah, definitely. And but it was such a huge occasion on the horizon for you. I mean, no doubt you're pushing yourself to limits to emulate this huge moment for yourself.
Yeah, definitely. Like I says, Cage Warriors is a big platform. I'm grateful to be signed with them, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the challenge. Like I says, it's a big division, it's a tough division, and it's going to be interesting to see, how we can get on in that division itself.
Yeah, and you've definitely had some time to prepare for that, man. And I've spoken to countless fighters over the years that aspire to join the ranks of Europe's elite like Cage Warriors and to don those famous yellow gloves. And has it always been part of your MMA bucket list to join the roster?
Yeah, definitely. Like I says, when the offer came, I immediately accepted it. And like I says, after one championship, the moment I was released from there. When Cage Warriors came up, it was one of the first organisations, and I accepted it immediately just because, first of all, it's going to be in UK. It's a big platform, and like I says, I'm 34 now, and I just want to get good, tough fights, and I think with Cage Warriors, that's what you're going to get. So it's going to be interesting to see how I get on, and I'm really looking forward to it, definitely.
Yeah, well, quite a few people I spoke to were looking forward to your debut as well, man. I mean, and with such a vast MMA journey for yourself thus far, reaching the heights of one championship and now to Cage Warriors. I mean, but you've proven time and time again that you just want the best, um, the best you can fight out there. I mean, have you set yourself any goals as you embark on your CW journey?
For myself, it's more about focusing on myself, and I've always been like that. I think it's like improving myself, trying to be a better fighter, trying to elevate, and learn new things in the gym and just develop myself. It's all about just myself and getting through the fights. And you know, I think at the moment I'm not really thinking anything past this fight. I think this fight's it's a big fight. It's a tough challenge against a very good opponent, and yeah, I think I'll just take step by step and see how we get on and work it from there. But the main thing is just myself training hard, focusing on myself, working on my weaknesses, and just trying to get better each time.
And you definitely are going to be getting better. I mean, I've noticed from each and every one of your fights, you've definitely got a bit better each time. I even stayed up quite late for your one championship fight that night.
Yeah, yeah, it was a good fight, and again, like I says, it was a long layoff, but that was a tough fight, and I learned so much from that fight. And even though I come away with a loss, there were so many positives and so many things I took from that fight. And yeah, it was a good journey at one championship, but like I says, now it's time to focus on Cage Warriors and see how we get on here.
100%, man. I mean, well, first up on your agenda will be your collision with Michael Chiamu. I hope I said his name right. I mean,
Yep.
in his adoptive home of Newcastle, and he's a well-established fighter for CW as well, man. I mean, well, what are your thoughts on him as you approach fight night?
You see, from my perspective, I don't want any easy fights anymore. I think, you don't get any satisfaction from that. And I think, like now, I just want to throw myself in with the tough fights. And like I said, with the Cage Warrior roster, this is why I signed with Cage Warriors, because from the get go in the middleweight, from the bottom to the top, it's tough. There's so many tough fighters, good caliber fighters, and that's what I want. I want challenges. I want to get in there, fight against the best guys in Europe, and I think that's the goal. And like I said, he's a tough opponent. I know he's on a 2-win streak at Cage Warriors, and like I said, he's a very good, tough opponent. And for it being my debut at Cage Warriors, it's a good one, and it's a challenge, definitely a challenge, and I'm looking forward to it, definitely.
Yeah, couldn't agree with you more about the middleweight roster. I mean, it definitely holds some high level opponents. I mean, in quite a few entrants into the UFC over the years as well. I mean, not to look past your fight with Michael, but I mean, do you look forward to like fighting anyone in particular in the middleweight division along your new contract?
Not really, to be honest. I think it's just more or less, whatever gets given to me and whatever,
Yeah,
opponent come by, I'll just take it. I'm that kind of guy. I'm just gonna just accept them. I think it was the same process with one championship as well, where whatever they offered me, I was ready to take it. So, yeah, I'm not really bothered about the opponent. I think for myself, it's more about improving and getting better. And like I said, I see a lot of development in my game. I see a lot of things that I'm improving on, and that's my main focus.
mm,
In regards to opponents, I know it's a tough roster, and whatever gets given to me, I'll take. I know quite a lot of people have said, taking Chamu as my debut is it's a tough fight, but again, you only know when you're in there, and that's what I want to do. I want to go in there and see what I can bring as well.
if you're not there for the tough ones, I mean, that's the reason you are there. You know what I mean? If you're not there for the tough ones, what are you doing it for? I guess.
Exactly, and that's how it's been. Like says in the past, I fought at regional level, and in regional level, it's you know, there's been fights where I've not really been too keen on, and unfortunate pullouts, etc. And it's just not really gone my direction. Some of the fights, in the sense of winning, but not like no satisfaction. So I think I've come to that point where like with one championship, after moving away from them, getting onto Cage Warriors, I know Cage Warriors are gonna give me fighters and give me opponents where it's gonna be tough, and that's what I want. I just want a challenge. Like I said, I'm 34 years old now, and I want to get in there with the best, and just get stuck in and see how we get on.
Yeah, I'm sure, and you're a great addition to middleweight edition. I mean, as you said, it's a great division nonetheless. But with you involved now, I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to what the middleweight has to offer for you.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Like I said, it's one of them things. You just want to see where you're at, and that's my goal. I want to see where I'm at as well. And like I said, my debut is a tough debut, and I'm looking forward to the challenge. And I think it'll be a good fight, definitely.
100%. I mean, with your debut comes a new debut fighter for the CW Fateful. I mean, what can they come to expect from you once that cage door closes?
I think for myself, it's just getting in there and just focusing on our game plan, and that's my main aim. Focus on my game plan. Try being smart and just be focused. And that's what I want. I don't want to really give too much away, you see,
Yeah,
but
no, no, I get.
yeah. But for myself, I think it's just more focusing on my weaknesses, working on my strengths. And like I says, in the gym, I'm seeing a lot of improvements. I'm seeing things that are going my direction, and then there's things to work on. So that's all I'm going to do. Like I said, I've seen my opponent's fights. I've seen a few of his fights, but that's it. I don't really want to focus too much on him. I want to focus on myself and just work on my attributes and try focusing on what I'm good at, and then again improve on my weaknesses, and that's the goal.
Definitely stay laser focused on yourself. Highly admirable, man. I mean, I for one have been eagerly awaiting your debut, bro. So I'll definitely be tuning in for that one. And I wish you all the best
I
for your
appreciate it.
continued preparations. And it's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you again today, my friend.
No, I appreciate it. And like I says, I appreciate yourself reaching out to me. And, you guys, MMA UK News are always, supporting me. I always drop you a message and, I really appreciate that. And I hope, we can have more to come. And fingers crossed, hopefully, I'm aiming to get the W in November. That's the goal, and we can have more interviews later on. Hope, fingers crossed.
Yeah, man, definitely. I'll even try to make it down there to cheer you on myself. How about that?
Yeah, appreciate it. It'll be great to see you in person, definitely.
Yeah, man, definitely, brother. But before you go, last but not least, do you have a message for the fans that will be in attendance and anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, just for myself, it's more, I appreciate everyone, aiming to buy the tickets. Again, I appreciate everyone supporting, just like yourself, MMA UK News, and everybody. I appreciate all the platforms that, are reaching out and supporting me. And then a big thank you to my sponsors. A big thank you to Dents, Hair Products Dents. They've always been supporting me from day one. And, even when I've not been competing, they've been supporting me. And I really appreciate them guys. And also a big shout out to Natural Remedy and a big shout out to EFWU. So these three sponsors so far have been giving me a lot of support. And even when I've not been competing, they've been, from day dot just giving me the support. So I really appreciate that, and I really do hope I can go there and get a win for them guys as well.
Yeah, without them, what you wouldn't be able to do what you get to do, man.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, it's not really easy, supporting somebody whilst they're not competing. And, like I said, when I got injured, I had the full backing from all these three sponsors. And, I really, really appreciate what they do for me. So, I hope I can go out there and give them something back in return.
Yeah, they seem very loyal, man. I mean, like, without being around for the bad, they don't deserve to be right there for the good. And them guys seem very loyal to you, man. I'm great. Really happy you got someone like that behind you.
No, no, that's it. That's what it's all about. And like I says, I'm lucky in the sense of having a good community around me as well, and the support from my local community. And I'm sure we'll be bringing some noise up at Newcastle as well. So, like I says, I appreciate everyone supporting me. And again, with yourselves as well, like just reaching out to me. I know it's been a while, but it means a lot. Everyone just reaching out and giving me that support. And like I says, I hope I can go in there and do something good and get that victory for everyone.
Nah, 100%, brother. 100%. You do your best. I know you will, man. I definitely look forward to tuning in. Take care, brother. I'll speak to you soon.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Anytime, man. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.